Zeno of Citium was the founder of Stoicism, a school of thought that emphasized the development of virtue as the key to a happy and fulfilling life. Zeno's teachings have had a profound influence on Western philosophy, and many of his beliefs continue to be relevant today. In this essay, we will explore 5 key beliefs of Zeno of Citium, focusing on how they can be applied to our lives in a meaningful way. 1. Virtue is the highest good. Zeno believed that the ultimate goal of life is to live in accordance with virtue. He taught that virtue is the only true good, and that all other things, such as wealth, fame, and pleasure, are ultimately unimportant in comparison. According to Zeno, living virtuously is the key to a happy and fulfilling life, regardless of external circumstances. Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, held a profound belief in the concept of virtue as the highest good. For Zeno, virtue was not just a moral ideal, but the key to a life of flourishing and fulfillment. In this essay, we will explore Zeno's teachings on virtue, its role in the Stoic worldview, and its relevance to our lives today. Zeno's concept of virtue. Zeno believed that virtue was the only true good, and that all other things, such as wealth, fame, and pleasure, were ultimately unimportant in comparison. He argued that virtue was the key to a truly happy and fulfilling life, as it allowed individuals to live in harmony with their own nature and the world around them. According to Zeno, virtue consists of 4 cardinal virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Wisdom is the ability to make sound judgments and act in accordance with reason. Courage is the ability to face danger and difficulty with bravery and resilience. Justice is the practice of treating others fairly and impartially. Temperance is the moderation and self-control in all aspects of life. Virtue as the foundation of a good life. For Zeno, virtue was not just a means to an end, but the foundation of a good life. He believed that by cultivating virtue, individuals could achieve a state of inner tranquility and peace, regardless of external circumstances. This inner peace, or apatheia, was the goal of Stoic practice, and was seen as the key to a life of true happiness and contentment. Zeno also believed that virtue was its own reward. He argued that virtuous actions were inherently valuable, regardless of their consequences. This idea was in stark contrast to the prevailing beliefs of his time, which often placed value on external rewards such as wealth, power, and status. Virtue in practice. Zeno believed that virtue was not just a theoretical concept, but something that could be practiced and cultivated in everyday life. He taught that individuals should strive to live in accordance with virtue in all aspects of their lives, from their personal relationships to their professional endeavors. One of the key practices advocated by Zeno was the view from above, in which individuals were encouraged to take a step back and view their lives from a broader perspective. This practice helped individuals to see the bigger picture and to act in accordance with the virtues of wisdom and justice. Virtue in modern times. While Zeno's teachings were developed over 2,000 years ago, they continue to resonate with many people today, in a world that often places value on material wealth and external success. Zeno's emphasis on virtue as the highest good offers a refreshing alternative. Zeno of Citium's belief in virtue as the highest good remains a powerful and relevant idea. His teachings on virtue, its role in a good life, and its practical application in everyday life offer valuable insights into how we can live more fulfilling and meaningful lives. By cultivating virtue in our own lives, we can strive to achieve a state of inner peace and contentment, regardless of the challenges we may face. 2. Stoicism as a way of life. For Zeno, Stoicism was not just a philosophical theory, but a practical guide to living a virtuous life. He believed that philosophy should be used as a tool to help us navigate the challenges of life and cultivate wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance in our actions. Zeno encouraged his followers to practice Stoic principles in their daily lives, rather than just studying them intellectually. The Stoic community. Finally, Stoicism as a way of life also emphasizes the importance of community and social relationships. Stoics believed that we are all part of a larger whole, and that our actions should be guided by a sense of duty and responsibility to others. Stoicism as a way of life offers a practical and philosophical framework for living a virtuous and fulfilling life. 3. Acceptance of fate. Another key belief of Zeno was the idea of accepting fate with equanimity. He taught that while we may not always be able to control external events, we can control how we react to them. By accepting the things that are beyond our control and focusing on what is within our control, we can live with greater peace of mind and resilience. Zeno, fate was not something to be feared or resisted, but something to be embraced as part of the natural order of the universe. We will explore Zeno's teachings on the acceptance of fate, its role in Stoic philosophy, and its relevance to our lives today. Understanding fate in Stoicism. In Stoic philosophy, fate is understood as the natural order of the universe, governed by divine reason. According to the Stoics, everything that happens in the world is part of this divine plan, and therefore it is ultimately beyond our control. This idea is encapsulated in the famous Stoic maxim, "Fate leads the willing and drags along the reluctant." Acceptance of the inevitable. Zeno believed that the key to a happy life was to accept the inevitability of fate. This meant accepting that there are certain things in life that are beyond our control, such as illness, death, and the actions of others. By accepting these things with equanimity, we can free ourselves from unnecessary worry and anxiety. The dichotomy of control. Central to Stoic philosophy is the idea of the dichotomy of control, which distinguishes between things that are within our control and things that are not. According to Zeno, our happiness and well-being depend on focusing on what is within our control, such as our thoughts, actions, and attitudes, and accepting what is not. Facing adversity with courage. Zeno believed that by accepting fate, we can face adversity with courage and resilience. Instead of being overwhelmed by difficulties, we can see them as opportunities for growth and learning. This attitude of acceptance and courage is central to the Stoic way of life. The practice of amor fati. One of the key practices advocated by Zeno was the practice of amor fati, or love of fate. This meant embracing whatever happens to us in life, whether good or bad, as an essential part of our journey. By embracing fate in this way, we can cultivate a sense of gratitude and acceptance that can lead to a deeper sense of peace and contentment. Acceptance of fate in modern times. While Zeno's teachings were developed over 2,000 years ago, they continue to resonate with many people today. In a world that often seems chaotic and unpredictable, the idea of accepting fate can offer a sense of comfort and reassurance. By embracing the inevitability of fate, we can learn to live more fully in the present moment, appreciating the beauty and wonder of life as it unfolds. Zeno of Citium's teachings on the acceptance of fate offer valuable insights into how we can live more peacefully and authentically. By accepting the inevitability of fate, focusing on what is within our control, and facing adversity with courage and resilience, we can cultivate a deeper sense of peace and contentment in our lives, just as Zeno envisioned. 4. Living in harmony with nature. Zeno believed that humans are part of a larger natural order, and that we should strive to live in harmony with nature. This meant living in accordance with reason and following the natural laws that govern the universe. By aligning ourselves with nature, Zeno believed that we could live a more meaningful and fulfilling life. Zeno, nature was not just the physical world around us, but also the rational and orderly structure of the universe. In this essay, we will explore Zeno's teachings on living in harmony with nature, its significance in Stoic philosophy, and its relevance to our lives today. Understanding nature in Stoicism. In Stoic philosophy, nature is understood as the rational and orderly structure of the universe, governed by divine reason. According to the Stoics, everything that happens in the world is part of this natural order, and therefore it is our duty to live in accordance with it. This idea is encapsulated in the famous Stoic maxim, "Live according to nature." Living according to nature. For Zeno, living according to nature meant living in accordance with reason and the natural order of the universe. This involved cultivating virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, and aligning our actions with these virtues. By living virtuously, we can live in harmony with nature and achieve a state of inner peace and contentment. Acceptance of the divine plan. Central to Zeno's teachings was the belief in a divine plan that governs the universe. According to Zeno, everything that happens in the world is part of this plan, and therefore it is ultimately for the best. By accepting this divine plan with equanimity, we can free ourselves from unnecessary worry and anxiety. The practice of self-examination. Zeno believed that one of the keys to living in harmony with nature was self-examination. By regularly reflecting on our thoughts, actions, and desires, we can gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and our place in the world. This self-examination can help us to identify areas where we are not living in accordance with nature and to make the necessary changes. The living in harmony with nature in modern times. While Zeno's teachings were developed over 2,000 years ago, they continue to resonate with many people today. In a world that often seems chaotic and disconnected from nature, the idea of living in harmony with nature can offer a sense of grounding and purpose. By aligning ourselves with the natural order of the universe and cultivating virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, we can live more authentically and meaningfully, just as Zeno envisioned. Zeno of Citium's teachings on living in harmony with nature offer valuable insights into how we can live more virtuously and authentically. By aligning ourselves with the rational and orderly structure of the universe, cultivating virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, and accepting the divine plan with equanimity, we can achieve a deeper sense of peace and contentment in our lives, just as Zeno envisioned. 5. The importance of self-mastery. Finally, Zeno emphasized the importance of self-mastery in achieving a virtuous life. He taught that we should strive to overcome our passions and desires and cultivate a state of inner tranquility. By mastering ourselves, Zeno believed that we could live with greater clarity and purpose and better fulfill our potential as human beings. Zeno of Citium's teachings continue to offer valuable insights into how we can live a more meaningful and fulfilling life. For Zeno, self-mastery meant mastering our desires and emotions and cultivating a state of inner tranquility and peace. Zeno's teachings on the importance of self-mastery, its role in Stoic philosophy, and its relevance to our lives today. Understanding self-mastery in Stoicism. In Stoic philosophy, self-mastery is the ability to control our desires and emotions and to act in accordance with reason and virtue. According to Zeno, self-mastery is the key to living a virtuous life, as it allows us to overcome the passions and desires that often lead to suffering and unhappiness. The importance of self-discipline. Central to Zeno's teachings on self-mastery was the importance of self-discipline. Zeno believed that by mastering our desires and emotions, we can free ourselves from the passions that often lead us astray. Self-discipline is seen as a key practice in living a virtuous life, as it allows us to act in accordance with reason and virtue, rather than being driven by our desires. Cultivating inner peace. Zeno believed that self-mastery was essential to cultivating a state of inner peace and tranquility. By mastering our desires and emotions, we can achieve a state of apatheia, or freedom from disturbance, that allows us to remain calm and composed in the face of life's challenges. The practice of Stoic ethics. For Zeno, self-mastery was not just a theoretical concept, but something that could be practiced and cultivated in everyday life. He taught that individuals should strive to live in accordance with virtue in all aspects of their lives, from their personal relationships to their professional endeavors. This practice of Stoic ethics was seen as a key means of achieving self-mastery. Facing adversity with courage. Another key aspect of self-mastery in Stoicism is the ability to face adversity with courage and resilience. Zeno believed that by mastering our desires and emotions, we can develop the strength and resilience to cope with life's challenges and setbacks. The importance of self-mastery in modern times. While Zeno's teachings were developed over 2,000 years ago, they continue to resonate with many people today. In a world that often seems chaotic and unpredictable, the idea of self-mastery offers a sense of control and empowerment. By mastering our desires and emotions, we can cultivate a sense of inner peace and contentment that can help us navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience. Until next time.